Hi, my name is Deneen Matsuda, and I'm so glad you're here for today's video on vocabulary development. I've changed the way that I do vocabulary in my fourth grade classroom this year. For the first time, I've been doing it the same way for several years, but you know we teachers are constantly trying to figure out better ways to do things. And this summer, I had an aha experience where I thought of a better way. So in the past, I've had them keep their vocabulary words in a composition book, and we would do 10 words per week. Now, I have not changed the number 10. It's challenging to find time to do that, especially given this school year where our school day was decreased by 15 minutes a day. So it's a bit hard to get everything in, but we're still trying our best. But I created just this paper, and I'm hoping Wonderful Stanley will put something like this for us on Teachers Pay Teachers. Maybe a sheet already exists and I just haven't found it yet. But there are spaces for 10 words, and then I have up at the top a little category of not at all. I don't know this word at all. Somewhat. I may have heard it, but I have really no idea what it means, and then I know it well. So each word that we find, the students write it in their on their sheet, and they keep this in their binder. So far we have 9 sheets, and I do it front and back as well. And we're just keeping it in our binders. That way they can go home with them. And then we do just a very brief definition of the word. Not a full sentence. It can even be a picture if that applies. And another thing that I'm doing is in the section with the word, we can put other word forms. So a student this week found the word lubricate in his book that he was reading at home. So we added lubricant and lubrication. And that is just, I feel so much richer to give other word forms as well. And we do this together. Where do we get the words? We get the words from our reading, read aloud, dear, their books that they're reading on their own, words they hear at home, words they hear in a sermon. Just the words come from all over the place. And what they're doing this year is they're coming up to me with little post-it, and it's almost all of them are coming up to me with a post-it. They'll grab a post-it and write words down. Some of them will bring me a post-it that has 10 vocabulary words a week, and we can't get through all this. I have more vocabulary words than I can even manage this year. Some students will bring me a post-it with just 1 vocabulary word, and together we make these sheets. And they don't have to be in the same order. You know, if someone is absent and misses a word, they can replace it with their own word. Another way to survive absent students is I'll just give them my paper when they come back and they fill it in. So we're studying vocabulary, we're loving vocabulary, and what we're finding, which I know you know this already, is that when we focus on words, these words just suddenly start to appear. We'll be in chapel. We'll be watching Little House. We'll be reading a book. They'll say, that's a vocabulary word. And so they're thinking. I know they're thinking. But I've taken it to the next level this year with a little game that we're playing. And I call it, oh, Wonderful Stanley, can you get that card that just dropped for me? It's right over there. I'm calling it Give 3 and Guess. Or 3 clues and a guess. I think that's what we're calling it. And thank you. And we have, I have a little special read aloud chair, and I have one student. I just split the class in half, and one student sits in the special chair, and then I show this word behind them on the projector. And then they can choose from their side of the classroom, and everybody's up close, 3 people to give them a clue. And if after that 3rd clue they can figure out what the word is, they say the word. And if they can't, then I say 1, 2, 3, and everybody in unison says the vocabulary word. And they are loving this game. They're asking for it every day. Are we playing the vocabulary game? Give 3 and guess, or 3 clues and guess. And then if they get the word, if they can solve it, I give them a little sticker. But what I'm finding is They are getting their binders and holding the binders, looking through. So for example, when I hold up lubricate and they don't know what it is, they're perusing, they're scavenging, looking in their binders for where is that word, what does it mean? It's not me having to say, go find your binders, what does the word mean? And the reason I'm keeping them in their binders this year is because then they can go home and, when they have a spare moment, they can look through their vocabulary. And the more often we play this game, the better they're getting at understanding those vocabulary words. I feel like in the past, we were learning vocabulary words, but we just weren't going deep enough with it, I think. So adding a game has really changed things for us. And, I know you've started your year. We're finished with first quarter now. But please don't feel like you have to wait until next year to try something new. I am guilty of sometimes saying that. I'll have an idea, and I'll say, well, I'll try that next year. And Stanley is the first one to say, why? Why wait till next year? Why not start it right now? So hopefully this might give you an idea of how you can help your students expand and use great vocabulary words. I'll see you next week. I'm Janine Matsuda, and this is my 4th grade class.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!